Today, let's talk about the identity of being an outsider, whether it's in your family, whether it's with your friend circle, whether it's with your culture, or even at the level of humanity. It can feel like you're an alien, you don't belong here, you don't fit in. People don't get you, you don't get people. All of this identity around being the outsider is something I used to have for a very, very long time. And I had it at all the levels that I just said, with family, with friends, with culture, being an Indian, and also just being a human. I rejected all of that within myself for a very, very long time. And I was trying to be this extremely unique person that has nothing to do with anyone else. I am so special. And that also became my identity. And what did that also did was that it excluded me and made me completely disconnected and isolated. Deep within, I felt a very extreme loneliness and disconnection. And that disconnection was also coming from myself. I was disconnected from so many parts of myself, and I was just rooted into this one tiny part, this one island that is rejecting everything else that I am. And I have to only be this unique, special one. As I started embracing my identity more, as I started allowing myself to be more human, to be more Indian, to be part of my friend circle, to be part of my family, and having the traits of all of these different people. I am a product of my mother and my father, along with having my uniqueness. I am part of my friend circle, and I do share some characteristics with them. I am Indian, and there's lots of things in my identity that come along with that, including my accent, if you haven't noticed it yet. And I am human, and all the imperfections and the beauty of being human comes along with that. And the more I have embraced that, it has made me recognize and accept that I'm not liked by everyone, because that was even happening earlier. I was just in denial about it, and I was just repressing the pain of not belonging, not being understood, not fitting in, being rejected. I was just repressing and denying all of that pain by centering myself in this tiny identity, by being in my little prison cave with all of my walls, feeling like it's a kingdom which is so special, where I'm the king of it. But really, I just feel alone. But the more I started allowing myself to open up and have these imperfections, not belong with everyone, it did allow me to feel belonging with some people. While I was being special, I wanted to be liked by everyone, I wanted to be accepted by everyone. But when I allowed myself to not be liked by everyone, I did start connecting with people and did start being liked by people who wanted to be with me, which is something I was not experiencing before. The more I would ground myself in the special identity, the more I would be disconnected from people. The more I would be unrelatable to people, because I would keep coming up with more and more fanciness to be special. And that may look great for some time, and some people may put me on a pedestal because of them liking the story, but I don't actually connect with those people. I'm just being put on a pedestal, again, separated. And when I realized how empty that is, I started realizing that this is not fulfilling me. It's making me feel a lot of pain deep within. And then I allowed myself to, like I said before, open up, to connect with people, to be disliked for being an Indian, to be rejected for being a man, and all the other parts of my identity which had experienced rejection, abandonment, and all kinds of ridicule and bullying before, I started allowing it and I started accepting it. what this does is that creates real charisma, because real charisma is about connection. It's about showing people who you really are. And that happens when you accept and embrace who you truly are. And that happens when you can reframe the story about yourself. I used to see being Indian as a disadvantage. I will be racially profiled, I'll be bullied, I'll be excluded by certain people. And so if I pretend to be this cool guy who gets Westerners or who gets, who's not Indian as much as possible, I will be accepted more. And that was not true. The more I allowed myself to be who I was and saying that that is my gift, that being Indian makes me exotic to some people, being Indian makes me cute to some people, being Indian makes me appealing to some people, and some people don't like it, and that's fine. But I focus more on the people who accept me and embrace me and celebrate me for all of who I am. And those people exist. That they may not be easy to find when you are rejecting yourself. They may not be easy to find when you're masking yourself and hiding who you truly are. How can the real people find you if you do not allow yourself to be seen? The more I am allowing myself to be seen for who I really am, fully embracing it and allowing it, the more I start connecting the people who fully embrace me. And it's also easier to shed the people who do not fully embrace me, and starting to set that standard for myself that I don't need those people. I don't need all the people in the world. I only need, and I'm very happy and grateful for the people who fully accept me and embrace me. That can happen with your own family, because for a long time I felt like the outsider to my family. But now I started making myself part of my family. Instead of furthering that identity and doubling down on that, I started realizing I don't need to separate from them. I don't need to be the outsider. I don't need to self exclude. That's the term, self exclusion. I was noticing this in one of my dogs, even. And the moment I started realizing what she was doing, I started shifting in myself, and I also started healing her. And within a couple of weeks, the dynamic started changing. She started including herself with the other dogs. And that is what I started doing with myself also. It's really what you tell yourself, how you make yourself feel. Do you allow yourself to be loved for who you are? And do you allow yourself to drop the story that you are not loved for who you are? Do you allow yourself to stand up for yourself, to respect yourself, and stop people from trying to modify you? If your family doesn't fully accept who you are, do you do something powerfully, not from a victim stance, not from complaining, not from feeling exasperated and defeated, but truly coming into your power and making them see you and feel you and connect with you? Because that's also in your power. You can do that. Making yourself seen is your power. You do not have to depend on other people to get you. If they don't get you, use your power and they will get you. It's not about convincing them, it's not about forcing them, but there are other ways. This is what I teach nowadays. I cannot explain all of it in this short video, but there are ways to make yourself seen powerfully without compromising, without alienating yourself, without separating yourself. And if the others don't accept it, they don't like it, it's fine. They can choose to walk away, but you don't have to. You don't have to self exclude. Let them walk away. Hold your ground. Own your space within you and outside you. Because this is something I used to experience. Is I would feel suffocated wherever I was. I just needed a lot of space. And even then I would not feel like I have enough space. Because deep within, I was just feeling suffocated. I could only be on this tiny island of being unique and special. And I just felt like I'm in a prison all the time. And so freedom became my ideal. And I was not free at all. I kept pretending to be free. I was living in the jungle. I was doing what I wanted, but I was not free at all. I did not feel free to be me. I had to keep masking, had to keep pretending to be this special person. But real freedom came when I learned how to hold my ground while being fully me. And those who chose to walk away, chose to walk away, and I let them. I did not try to convince them, but I also did not modify myself for them. And some people stayed, and then some more people stayed, and then some more people stayed. And then some of those in between they walked away after some time. And then some more people stayed, and some more walked away. And if you can just be in this fluidity of life where people come and go, and you do not make it a statement about yourself, you do not start criticizing yourself each time thinking that you did something wrong, that there is something wrong with you. If you do not keep doing that every time and you just say, okay, some people walk away, that's just life. Everything is beautiful and simple. And you start finding your soul tribe who will be there always. They may not be right next to you, but they're there and you know it. You know you can count on them. You know you can connect with them even if it's 10 years later, you've not had a single interaction. You connect with them and it just feels like being home. You do not have to stay the outsider. You can shed that identity. You can allow yourself to be seen. You can allow yourself to relate to others and to allow others to relate to you. You can allow yourself to feel connection. And you can also trust yourself to feel pain. I made a video about that just yesterday, so you can check that out. Trust starts coming more and more where you allow yourself to feel pain. And that is fine too. You do not have to feel perfect and great and happy all the time. That's also life. But if you can, the more you can allow space for imperfection within yourself, for others to be judgmental, for others to leave, for others to reject you, for others to abandon you, whatever stories those are, if you do not make that story personal about yourself and just say, some people, they don't like me and it's fine. I don't have to change. There are others who will like me. It's a reality for everyone. If you are human, which you are if you're watching this video, even if you tell yourself the story that you're not human, you are human. Let me tell you that because I've been there for years. You are human, and there are people who will love you, who will relate to you, who will connect to you for who you are, for all of who you are. Your soul family is out there, and you can shift into that version which will be embraced. That is in your power. That's what I have helped myself do, it's what I have helped others do, and I know it's possible for anyone because I am no longer so special and so unique. I am human, and if I could do that, any other human can do that. It's just a matter of knowing how to do it. I learned how to do it. I teach how to do it. There are others who teach how to do this. You may be able to figure it out yourself. If you want to learn with me, I'm super welcoming of anyone who's truly willing to do the work. And I will be very happy to help you out. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you want to have a chat, reach out to me and see you next time.